Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
This is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido Loca, and these are our top 10 personal care items for a cruise. Alright, Jenny, you are the best packer I know, and you always have plenty of medications and personal items and first aid things at a moment's ready when we are on the cruise.
Well, thank you for that compliment.
And so I said, why keep it to ourselves? We are going to share with you guys 10 items that we feel like you should take on the cruise with you. These are all personal care items. These aren't like your clothes or your technology or anything like this. These are things that might go into your, your medicine bag or your, I don't know where you're going to keep. Jenny keeps them. We keep them in a shoe hanger on the door. I call it CVS. Here's 10 items coming your way. Now we're just going to get first aid kit out of the way. We're not even going to include it in the 10. There's a lot of good options for first aid kits that have little band-aids and little ointments. We suggest that you go, I'll leave a link below to one of the ones that we like on Amazon. You can check that out, and we recommend that first you should always have just some sort of travel first aid kit with you.
Absolutely.
All right, Jenny, shall we go through the list?
Sure, let's go. Okay, so the first thing that we have to have in our bag is sanitizer.
Yeah, so probably one of the most common issues on the cruise ship is your hand cleanliness. There is a lot of bacteria floating around the cruise ship, and an easy way to combat that is to always keep your hands clean and sanitized. And so at the very top of our list is hand sanitizer. We pick these up cheap at the dollar store, 3 for $1. Make sure throw it in your pocket, throw it in your bag that you're carrying around. Most of the ships have a place where you can sanitize your hands, so I would say hand safety, hand cleanliness is top of the list.
Absolutely. And number 2, our items are seasickness medicine.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest concerns people have, and one of the things that will ruin your cruise is getting seasick. So we recommend taking some form of seasick medicine with you. This is a tablet called whne. You take this preferably before you start cruising. You're supposed to get this in your system. And then this is the Amazon kind of herbal version of the seasickness patches that you put behind your ears. I know it's getting a lot cheaper to go to a doctor. I would check with your doctor first to see if you could get the prescription ones for a reasonable price. But if it's too pricey, we saw some to be like $25 a patch at one point. We invested just in the cheap organic knockoffs from Amazon. So these have okay ratings. To be honest, we've been very fortunate. We haven't gotten seasick, so we don't really know how these remedies work. There's a lot of different seasickness remedies. Make sure you figure out the one that works for you and put that on your list of personal items to take with you for personal health.
Number 3 is sunscreen. That sun out there is real strong, so you want to protect.
Yeah, so you want to get you some high SPF sun protection. No time in my life have I ever gotten a suntan. It's only this pale beauty color that you see here, this pinkish, or it's bright red. And so for me, I don't have an option. I have to put on sunscreen or I'm having a miserable time. And so it's almost the top of my list. But yeah, make sure you take some sun protection.
Absolutely. Number 4 is aloe.
Yes, so if the sunscreen did not work out well for you, or if you forgot to apply it, or if you put it on and washed it off in the pool and you got sunburned, you are going to have a miserable time unless you have some way to cool yourself down. We recommend aloe, or at least that's what works for me and my burns. And so it's good to take a little aloe on board with you. We keep ours in the refrigerator, and so if you have a refrigerator on the cruise ship, you might stick your aloe in there.
Absolutely. All right, number 5, protect yourself from those bugs. It is bug spray.
Bug spray. Now, this goes with us in our bag when we go to port. A lot of the cruise lines will offer bug spray as you leave, but again, once you get out for a few hours and you've kind of the bug spray's worn off that you put on the ship, this is great to have when you travel on port. We haven't been on a situation on a ship yet where there's been like bad mosquitoes or anything like that. But this is definitely one of those things. If you are going to get off the ship in a port, go ahead and use the bug spray so you don't get bit by a mosquito or whatever else might be getting you.
Absolutely.
Bug spray. All right, guys, well, that was item number 5. Before we get to the rest of the list, I just want to encourage you, if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. That helps us know what kind of videos to make. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want some extra La Lido Loca content, make sure you go to La Lido Loca Extra and check all of our social media out. We've got a really cool Facebook group, the La Lido Loca Cruising Community. All the information and all those links are in the description below. Now, Jenny, back to the list.
And number 6 is anti-itch. And this will help you if you do get bit by the bugs, or even if you got a bad sunburn, it'll help you with your itching.
Yeah, so we have found this out the hard way. I am not the best about using my sunscreen, not the best about putting on bug spray. Sometimes the aloe does not give me relief because that burn itches so much. So the anti-itch lotion is kind of a catch-all for both of those. Mm-hmm. If you get a bug bite, if you get the sunburn, you can supplement the aloe with this, and this is great. If you get a bug bite, you rub it right on there, and hopefully it won't make you go crazy itching.
That's right.
It's a good one.
And number 7 is just a hodgepodge of stomach relief. We have anti-acid like Tums, we have a stool softener, and then we also have one that is the opposite for diarrhea.
Yeah, so you're gonna be eating a lot of strange foods. Your stomach's gonna be in motion. So there's a good chance that your digestive system or something with your stomach could go wrong.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, like Jenny said, a little antacid. This is if you got the diarrhea. Yeah. And then again, even some stool softener. It is the kitchen sink when it comes to things that could go wrong with your stomach. But it's good to be prepared because there's nothing worse than in the middle of your cruise having an upset stomach.
Absolutely. And number 8 is some ibuprofen and pain relief.
Yeah, so whatever pain reliever is your pain reliever of choice. I know some people use other things. We use ibuprofen for headaches or sore muscles, that kind of thing. And then another thing that we use when our muscles are a little sore is this icy hot gel. So it's a good idea if, we don't walk around a ton. And so when you get on a ship, you do a lot of walking up and down stairs. You'll go out to port. You can walk around. You get hot. Your muscles get sore. Sometimes, you get a little dehydrated. You might have a headache. So we use ibuprofen for those kind of things. And man, if those muscles get sore, we like to put some icy hot on it. So this is always with us on a cruise.
And number 9 is sore throat relief. And of course, some prevention in case you feel a cold coming on.
Yeah, so we always take with us these cough drops. It seems like sleeping in a new place, sleeping under new air, I always get some sort of drip that makes my throat sore. So we'll take some cough drops. And then another thing that's good, again, you're in an environment where there's a lot of new, germs, bacteria, that kind of thing. And so, sometimes we'll take these pre-cold medicines, Coldies, or these are some chewy gummy bears. And then if we do start feeling sick, I'm a big fan of the Dayquil. Now, this has some of the ibuprofen in that we talked about earlier for sore muscles, but it also has some things for like runny nose, runny throat.
Right.
So we always take something that if we're starting to feel a little poopy, that we can take that and try to knock out anything. So it's a weird dance, right? You're on vacation and you're trying to have a good time, but your good time will be ruined if halfway through you catch a cold, you get a sore throat. And so you got to kind of be a little more vigilant about taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And number 10 is Benadryl or allergy relief.
Yeah, so I like to go to the casino. I do not do well with cigarette smoke. And so anytime I'm exposed to cigarette smoke, my whole face just clogs up. We take some sort of Benadryl or some generic of Benadryl, allergy relief. You got to be careful. That stuff can make you a little bit drowsy, but it allows me to breathe. And so if you are susceptible to things that make you clog up and give you pressure that way, you got to put something like that in your personal care items.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, that was our list of 10 personal care items that we feel like you should take with you on a cruise. We don't know all the answers. What does your list look like? What did we forget? What's something that you can add to the conversation that will help somebody else out? Leave a comment below. Make sure you check the comments below to see more items that we didn't cover. And I'm sure there's going to be some things that we didn't even think about.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you guys stopping by. Again, my name is Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are Lido Loca. And until the next time,
we'll see you on the Lido.
We'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.